So this is the first one is what happened between Rob, Nick Minor, a Canon or Balance Party by NBC LA. Like, let me. Okay.
Today, the investigation. News at 6 today, the investigation continues into the murders of legendary actor, producer, and director Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. Good evening once again, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Michael Brownlee. The couple was found dead inside of their home in Brentwood, sending shockwaves around the world. Here's what we know so far. The couple's 32-year-old son, Nick, is now behind bars, arrested on suspicion of murder. He's currently being held with no bail.
NBC4's Robert Kavasi has been on the story since we first broke the news last night. He is at the home once again. He's been there for quite a while. Robert.
Colleen and Michael, you may be surprised to hear this, but the news of the arrest of Nick Reiner did not come as a surprise to most of Hollywood. There was rampant speculation that he was involved all night long last night. People had been calling me and saying that they believed he was involved, to such a point that when there was a news conference that was held by the LAPD at 9 o'clock yesterday, NBC4 News was there. When the detective in charge and Chief Alan Hamilton were asked specifically, is Nick Reiner a suspect you're looking at? They said at that point they weren't looking for a suspect. Now, we talk about Hollywood being a very small town. As you take a look at video and pictures of Nick Reiner and his father, Rob Reiner, we can tell you that in this small town, there was a very big party on Saturday night. That's the Conan O'Brien Christmas party on Saturday. It's an annual event, apparently very well attended. Now, throughout the day on Sunday, once news of the murders broke, people were telling me, and NBC News has confirmed otherwise, that there was a fight between a father and son there, that Nick Reiner was acting strangely, and that Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner had apparently expressed to people at the party that they were concerned about their son. So what led to his arrest? And you may be wondering then, why wasn't it more immediate? Well, we asked the LAPD that last night, and the LAPD explained to us that they needed a search warrant to enter the property after officers initially went there and discovered two bodies inside here in Brentwood. When they received that search warrant, it seemed like that's how they got the green light. Here is Chief Jim McDonnell earlier today.
Yeah, you know, we use search warrants to be able to further our investigation, as you know, on all of these cases. I wouldn't be in a position to talk specifically about what the object of the search warrant was, but it's a critical piece of our investigations to be able to ensure down the road a prosecution.
Investigators have been speaking to all members of the Reiner family, trying to figure out.
So Nick Reiner was arrested in the Exposition, Vermont area, picked up. NBC4 investigates there. They believe that he may have taken public transportation there since he doesn't drive. Now, when you come back out here live and you take a look, this is the Reiner estate where security is in place, as well as I'm looking up and down the street, members of the media from across the country. This is someone who also lived with his parents. Nick Reiner lived here with his parents. We still don't know who it was that made the initial call, but NBC4 Investigates also has learned that the daughter was here at the home when police arrived. Now, as far as Nick Reiner is concerned, the troubled son of Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner, who had been in and out of rehab, there was a documentary that was made about him that involved his father. NBC4 has now confirmed that he remains isolated from other prisoners. He's not in general population. He is under a watch, a video watch, if you will, Colleen and Michael, mean that everything he does is being watched and monitored on video. He is not in the prison system per se. He is in a medical ward in the prison system. And Nick Reiner right now remains behind bars without bail. When we see you tonight at 7, reaction to the death of Rob and Michelle Reiner that is still reverberating around the world. I'm Robert Kovacic here in Brentwood. Let's go back to you.
Robert, thank you. Rob Reiner's passion outside of filmmaking was the community and really the culture around it. A progressive political activist, he was a major fundraiser for Democrats at the state and the national level. He was also a passionate defender of marriage equality alongside Governor Newsom.
I was out there feeling a little alone doing same-sex marriage in 2004. It was Rob who reached out. That's how I got to know him, saying he had my back at a time when a lot of members of my own party, the Democratic Party, didn't.
Rob Reiner also started a nonprofit focused on childhood health and education. His activism led to Proposition 10 on the California ballot in 1998, which taxed cigarettes at an additional 50 cents a pack in order to finance First Five. That's the program focused on aiding children and parents. Our coverage continues online right now on NBCLA.com. We'll be posting updates and more tributes on the NBCLA app as well as on all our social pages.
Wow. And this one is Indianapolis, this massive snowstorm.
There's Brandy Campbell. Brandy Campbell is live from Indianapolis for us. Brandy.
Hey, John, right now we're dealing with this Clipper, the fast moving winter storm that comes out of Canada, dropping maybe 3 to 5 inches of snow here in Indianapolis, where we're under a winter storm warning. Take a look at where we are here in Monument Circle, here in the downtown area of Indianapolis. You can see coated in a good amount of snow so far. We have 2 inches of snow reported at the airport here locally. And on top of the snow, we have to consider the cold temperatures. Tonight, they will drop to the single digits, but it will feel like in some places potentially 20 degrees below zero. We've spoken to people in the area, and one resident shared what he thinks about this current weather. Take a listen.
It's a lot of snow. I was planning on going up to the Purdue game this afternoon and kind of had to scuttle things because the roads are pretty dangerous right now. So, but yeah, I got the opportunity to go, sort of walk around and get some photos. So.
That's what you're seeing so far?
Nice opportunity for photos, but I mean, weather kind of sucks, honestly. So.
All right, now on top of the snowfall, we have to consider how dangerous this can be. If you take a look at the road conditions, this is something that all plow crews are all hands on deck for, trying to clear the roads. But of course, we're seeing cars just here in the Indianapolis area slipping around, but also seeing the hazardous conditions out there in the interstates, leaders warning people to take it slow or, if anything, avoid the roads. So, John, again, we're dealing with the snow right now, but it's going to be those cold temperatures tonight that hopefully people will stay inside and avoid, being susceptible to. You could deal with hypothermia or frostbite tonight with temperatures that low.
Yeah.
Back to you.
And officially, winter's not even here yet, right?
Not even. We still have until December 21st for the official start of winter, but it feels like it's here already.
All right, Brandy Campbell, you stay warm. Thanks, Brandy.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews.
This one is cold country snow being snow to Indianapolis.
Let's start here with over 60 million Americans being impacted by a cross-country clipper, starting in the northern plains and swinging through the Midwest right now. Snow is moving through the Midwest, like Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana, as we're seeing snowfall all across those regions, and the threat increases for Indiana specifically as we head into the overnight hours. The state currently under a winter storm warning. As a result, we've got Fox Weather correspondent Brandy Campbell there. She's in Indianapolis with the very latest. There she is, all bundled up, looking very similar to Bain Froney in Billings, Montana. Although, Brandy, the difference here is it's not as cold, and there's snow actively falling. I see there's a pretty good coating down already. And we're expecting more snow on top of what we're already seeing on the ground right now.
Yeah, Nick, this snow started here in Indianapolis just around 8:30 this morning, and it's been pretty continuous since then. It's really light snow, but it's just been coming down in full force. So you can see what's falling down here. We're near many of their war memorials here near the downtown area. And just for perspective, they had snow already. So far, this has been an above average snow season for them with just over 9 inches of snow so far. It's actually the most snow to fall in a season, or the sixth, highest amount of snow to fall by this time in the season since they began record keeping in the late 1800s. So they had snow already on the ground, but nothing was covering the sidewalks when I passed here yesterday. So everything
Oh,
you
really?
see where I'm standing is fresh as of, in the 8 a.m. hours. So I'm gonna do a quick reading because we don't have any official snow totals reported in Indianapolis just yet. So I think doing a measurement on the concrete is a safe bet. And so
Yes.
that right there is about, a half inch or so right there. So, we're a couple of hours in, but this is expected to be moderate to heavy snowfall in this area. The National Weather Service
Really?
noting at times we could see a half to maybe an inch of snow an hour. And this goes into the later hours this evening, I think 4 to 6 p.m. So let's take a look at the conditions so far. Let's see the roads out here leading in from out of the downtown area. They are covered with snow. I have seen a plow come up and down this street right here. This is Meriden Street. But as you can see, there's still a pretty good coating. So, traffic is able to get through. But obviously, if you look at the messaging coming from the National Weather Service, as well as the city of Indianapolis and the Department of Transportation for the state, they're asking people to keep it safe out there on the roads. It's a little slushy like. When I left my hotel, the valet driver said, "Hey, taxi drivers are telling me it is a little slick out there. So be careful when you leave the hotel." I said, "Okay, I'm going to keep it careful." So this is what we're dealing with. Temperatures are around 19 degrees right now.
19
That's another
degrees.
thing we're going to have to keep
Wow,
an
let's
eye
go.
on, because not only are we dealing with a winter storm warning until midnight tonight, but we have a cold weather advisory that kicks in at midnight, because we could see the wind chill, what it feels like to our bodies, go down into the negative 20-degree range, depending on where you are in this region. So that's going to be the next big threat once the snow ends. It's going to be those really just frigid temperatures in this area. So of course they have some warming centers that are open. There are some events that are not going to go on today. You got to think about all the holiday markets and such, outdoor ice skating rinks. Some of those are closed down because of just how cold it is. It's not safe. And with those below freezing temperatures, below zero temps, you could suffer from hypothermia and such if you're outside uncovered for so long. So it's a time to get you some hot cocoa, stay inside, and just turn on Fox Weather. I'm bundled up for you guys to give you the latest updates of what it's like out here in Indianapolis.
Brandy, I swear I go through hypothermia once it drops below 40. It's half of that there, 20 where you're at. Let me ask you this. Right. I know you're from New Orleans, Louisiana, which outside of Florida and Arizona, for my money, might be one of the hottest cities in America. Do you like a break from the warmth, or do you love it? Would you rather stay put?
No, I actually love the snow. Nick, growing up in a place that rarely sees snow, when I do see snow, I'm just like in awe. Okay. So I actually like it. I don't want to say I want to be freezing all day. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's really pretty. So
it is pretty.
I don't mind it for now.
For now, there you go. There are the key. That's the key phrase, right? And it's a perfect opportunity to use that handy dandy Fox Weather ruler, which you used perfectly.
Exactly.
So we appreciate that report, and happy snow day to you. We'll be checking back.
Snow day. This one is severe winter weather impacts supplies and aquariums.
Another big storm we're following for the week. Severe weather, though, can cause chaos on the roads and the highways, making shipping a logistical nightmare. Supply chains are complicated by these weather systems, and the last thing a company needs to be is foiled on an icy road. Fortunately, there are
Ooh.
meteorologists who are trained to both predict and assess the weather to help companies keep their supply chains running and be as smooth as possible. And here to talk to me about it, it's fascinating. I love this stuff. John Davis, the chief meteorologist at Everstream Analytics. John, thank you for joining me this afternoon, sir. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure, Bob. It's great to be here.
Yeah, let's talk about the last few months. Pretty challenging, right, for guys like you, because it's been, I've seen a couple of nor'easters and just a parade of clippers, like a death by 1,000 cuts.
Right. So extreme weather means disruptions within the supply chain. And that has certainly been the case here in part of November and even especially in December. And anytime you get extreme weather events, like what we've had, you disrupt the supply chain. And if it occurs in the supply chain hubs, as we call it, you disrupt cargo airports, major ports, roads and rails, and businesses. And that has certainly been widespread lately, especially across the northern U.S. and in southern Canada.
You just saw that big storm go through across the Northeast yesterday. It really ended up on Sunday morning early. How did that disrupt anything? Because it was on a weekend.
It was on a weekend, so you tend to have bigger implications when it does occur during the 5-day work week. But even over the weekend, especially during the holiday season, you did have disruptions here in basically all factors in all sectors. So from the airports to the roads and rails to even some of the port operations along the East Coast, that crucial I-95 corridor certainly was impacted by this latest round of extreme weather.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because we were talking here in Foxware, like, oh, we're going to finally see our first snowfall. People are actually excited for Philadelphia, for New York, all the way through Boston. But meteorologists like you are like, no, this is the last thing we want to see, especially during the holidays.
Yeah, that's not a good thing in the supply chain world to have extreme weather events, because it begins to delay products. It begins to delay movement of commerce, not only in the nation, but also on a global basis here overall. And again, this is a really critical time getting ready for the holiday season, when already we're seeing very intense pressure to get overall supply chains and things delivered to people's homes and into stores here in the US and also around the world.
Yeah, John, we're looking at this week, for example, now we've got what's most likely going to be a heavy rainmaker and a lot of wind. Is a storm for this week that's going to start out there Pacific Northwest on Tuesday, end up on the East Coast by Friday. How much of implication is this going to be on the supply chain just a couple weeks before Christmas?
Well, in the far northern areas of the country, and also into southern Canada, it will disrupt the supply chain across those areas. And this period just prior to the holiday season, already you have such a backlog of overall supply chain issues and, getting products to their destination, that anything that disrupts the supply chain is certainly an issue and will cause ramifications well outside of those areas that are impacted in the far northern U.S. and into southern Canada.
Yeah, let's talk about the AI too. You guys been using artificial intelligence for this stuff now recently?
Oh, absolutely. So AI is a crucial part of what we do from a standpoint of, how we perceive the supply chain. In meteorology alone, of course, AI has been used for a very long period of time, for decades, before AI was called AI, but within the supply chain structure, then to make efficiencies, for cost cutting, to make things more aware. Overall, AI is a crucial portion of the business here for our customers that use Everstream, out there overall. So it's become an inherent part day to day of what we do.
It's pretty amazing. And you're an applied meteorologist, which to me is fascinating as well. I mean, I got out of school with a meteorology degree and I had no idea what the hell I was going to do with it. But you, sir, are killing it. How much do you love this job?
Oh my God, Ed, this is my 40th year working. Wow. And so I've been an applied meteorologist. I went to school in Madison, Wisconsin. And since I've gotten out for 40 years, it's always exciting, always something different. I love what I do on a global basis. And it's a fascinating, to be able to take weather and climate information and to apply that to things. In this case, on the supply chain, is a huge world out there, from a global standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, you can see when you actually predict it and people listen to you and it turns out to be the best ever. It's the best feeling ever. And my other question is, what's your favorite season to predict for? Is it this time of year with all the holiday shipping going on?
This is one of the times of year that's really exciting in the winter. Winter weather, holiday season. The tropical season is also really important because few things disrupt the supply chain as a major hurricane in the Atlantic basin or a typhoon in the Western Pacific. But those two seasons are always really challenging, but really fun to be in the middle of the storm, if you will.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, John, I love coming in a day to day, and it's always different. For you, you've got a lot of moving parts right there. John Davis, Chief Meteorologist at Everstream Analytics.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. I appreciate talking to you. Hope to talk to you again sometime.
Oh, anytime. My pleasure. Happy holidays.
You too, buddy.
Wow. So this one is 12 question into poll of pollution control on Earth Connecticut World by Flex Weather. Like Whee! Wow. Wow.
okay? Are you in the belt? Lock it. You okay? This is
Wow. This one is snow supposed to accumulate at Central Park. Perfect weather, like.
But for Central Park, it is certainly showing out, giving a gorgeous Christmas display. Right now, I would estimate we are probably at 2 inches, if not 2.5 inches. And the best way that I can show you that is to walk over to one of these benches. Our ruler just got delivered, I think, by the way. So we'll have a ruler here in just a second. But if you walk over, you got some bigger snow piles here from all of the snow plows that come through. They come through pretty consistently, so the roads are nice, and so are the sidewalks, not too bad. But then you've got this lovely bench. And again, I mean, this looks to be about 1-2 inches here, 2.5. And just for the aesthetic, I'm going to take a seat. I'm going to sit and just take it in. I mean, how can you not take in the beauty of Central Park? I mean, it is just incredible. This is what movies are made of. This is why New York City is the focal point of so many different holiday movies. I think that Central Park's going to be full of folks today just trying to enjoy all of the snow.
Yes.
Every time there's a big snow, too, typically there's a big snowball fight that breaks out, especially with it being a Sunday. I guarantee you a lot of kiddos are going to be racing to Central Park to do so. But with it being about 7 o'clock in the morning, I think they're still nestled in their beds right now. But give it another couple hours, and I'm sure it's going to be absolutely loaded with kiddos enjoying the fun, now mostly dogs. But the one thing that's been interesting throughout the day is we were expecting a little more of the powdery snow. It's actually been more of the heavy wet snow. Humidity is pretty high, which means we have a lot of available moisture in the environment. And so the snow to liquid ratio goes down, which means that we don't see as much accumulating snow for 1 inch of precipitable water in the atmosphere. When you have more powdery snow, which we'll see as temperatures continue to drop over the next couple of hours, that's where, 1 inch of precipitable water can equate to as much as 15 inches of fresh snow or 20 inches of fresh snow. But it's also harder to compact into snowballs or into snowmen. But I see our ruler, TJ, we have proof of life, proof of ruler for everybody at Fox Weather. We are here. So next time you see me, we'll do a nice measurement on one of these benches and give you our latest update. We're still waiting on the official report, though, from Belvedere Castle out in Central Park. Oh, I guess we do have it in at 1 inch.
We do.
So giving me some reports. We got 1 inch. Okay.
Haley,
I don't know if I buy that.
So Haley,
I don't know if I buy that. Let me do an actual test now that we have a ruler.
Yes, and Haley, while you do that,
let's see.
I want to mention something. It was 1.1 inches as of 7 a.m. this morning. So you still had an hour that it didn't take into account yet. So what do you got there?
I have 3 inches, Michael.
What?
I have literally 3 inches. Now, granted, this is where all the plows come. So I'll go back to my bench and I'll do another test. It's showing me 3.
Really?
It is. We are at 3.
What about on like the top level of that bench, like on the back end? I'm curious.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to kind of go from a couple of different advantages.
We are at 2.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
2 up here. Let me hop over. I'm gonna do a little.
Please be careful, Haley. I need you.
All right. Let's see. In the snowpack, a little over 2 to 2.5 behind this bench where it's untouched.
All right.
So
that sounds promising.
1 inch. That's lame.
I know. Well, Haley, here's something interesting. So this is the earliest 1 inch of snow. Please be careful, Haley. I don't want you to tear an ACL or anything like that. Please be careful. This is the earliest 1 inch of snow in New York City since December 2019 when we picked up 1.2 inches. So earliest since December 2019 of picking up an inch of snow. You're calling for 4 is what we're thinking, right? That's what you were saying, that was your estimate?
Look, I'm still calling for 4, but I'm disappointed by the 1.1 or 1 inch reported at the Belvedere Castle. So now I'm like, I don't know if 4 is really possible with the official measurement. Although
Right.
my unofficial Fox Weather ruler measurement, I think, is going to be giving me that 4 inches of snow. But you know what? Whatever. It's plowable snow. It's fun. I can do a snow angel. Who cares? We're all winners here today, right?
Amen. Amen. And I gotta say, I've seen so many puppies behind you. I'm so distracted by your puppy shots. Haley, I love everything about it. Please be safe if you're gonna be crawling over any benches to get those snow reports, Haley. But we're continuing, of course, to track this system. It has impacted not just New York City, but Philadelphia as well. We have.
Wow. Since in the gun if for him so since in the gun up so at the time. Let's this is a part of the twice area the 8 inches of snow.
And parts of
so
And parts of New Jersey are still digging out after getting hit with several inches of snow. We just heard
Really?
meteorologist Craig Allen talking about it. Many also woke up without power. Christy Kalishian heard from some people who were making the most of it.
It was an early morning for Andre Saab.
I'll be out here all day. I've been out since 3 o'clock this morning.
He says it was hard for him to navigate around cars, both moving and parked here in Union, which got at least 6 inches of snow early Sunday.
I anticipated being out here, and we had a relatively, large amount of snow, compared to what we've had recently. So I knew it would be some work.
But not everyone we spoke with expected this much. A lot more snow than you thought.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I expect less.
Families in parts of Bayonne woke up without power, along with some farther down in South Amboy, which also had roads and sidewalks blanketed. Alex Velasquez told us many businesses remain closed.
I wanted to see if there was power up the road at least so I can maybe get a coffee because I can't even start my coffee maker.
After the snow stopped, the Department of Transportation issued a reminder to drivers to give plow trucks room on the road and to clean off snow and ice from the hood and roof of your car, as well as your license plate. It's the law. It was a day for cleaning the driveway and front steps, too.
It's difficult because it's too much. And
It's
it's heavy.
But you can guess who did approve of the fluffy stuff. What do you think of the snow?
Good.
And some folks here didn't even have to go too far to enjoy some sledding. Let's see.
Exactly. Yeah, I could just build a snowman, like have a snowball fight with my sister.
snowman.
You can make snowmans, and you can go sledding.
Making the most of the Sunday snow day, even without the power to turn on the coffee machine for Alex Velasquez.
I love it. I love it. I'm glad that it's finally snowing.
In Union, Christy Kalishian, CBS News, New York.
And the snow and ice causing some delays and cancellations at our airports today. At LaGuardia, there's been 492 delays and 372 cancellations so
really?
far. At JFK, 515 delays and 206 cancellations. And at Newark, 501 delays and 244 cancellations. But the snow didn't stop people from hitting the holiday market in Columbus Circle. Donning
Oh,
snow
they get
boots and
monkeys.
coats with umbrellas in hand, shoppers soaked up the Christmas spirit all over the place today.
We're coming from, we've been in the Washington state for a long time, and there it's sunny and it's not feeling like Christmas, so I'm happy to have a Christmas feeling here.
So this is my first time in New York at Christmas, and it's snowing, which is just so magical.
He's loving it. It's the happiest he's ever been. He's having a good time in the snow, soaking it all in.
A lot of the dogs out there seem to be enjoying it more than the people are. It was also understandably packed in Central Park. I mean, look what you get when it snows, right? People walking their dogs and sledding on the snow-covered hills. Great time out there for sure.
Wow.
And due to snow operations, the city says alternate side parking is suspended tomorrow. However, parking meters remain in effect. Westchester County also saw a good amount of snow. Video from Harrison shows the accumulation there and a plow working to clear those roads. There it goes. The town got at least 3 inches.
3 inches.
And stay
Wow.
with CBS News New York on this First Alert Weather Day. Remember, you can get the forecast anytime on our website, cbsnewyork.com.
So I think I'm in the same ear. So to black a black. And comment below if you want to see more streams like this. And subscribe if you're new. And click the bell so you can be notified when I go live. And when I post in the month. Bye. And go inside a local babe. Let me see if the video back is in. Let me see. Okay, it is in. So if the video back to local babe, go in second month. In the mud. Bye. Go and take a local babe. Go. Go. Go and take a local babe. And told him, I said, what's up?